Alright everyone, what's up? It's Rico and I am back to bring you another top listed video, and this topic will be having the top female list in anime. Now before we go on with the list, let me just state that this is my personal list, and that even though this is a listed video, they are not in a specific order. And besides that, if you don't see one of your favorite female anime characters, just comment below and tell me who would you replace and who do you think would be fitting as your favorite female anime character and why. So let's get on to the list.
Dutch, this is a pain in the ass. I say we kneecap this pussy.
Alright, and to start off the list, we have the most savage, ruthless, relentless, and foul-mouthed anime female on the list, and that's Revi from Black Lagoon. Revi is a pirate, but not like Luffy, Straw Hat Pirate. Revi's pirate, if you guys don't know, basically what she does, well, her and her team, they go around hunting people for money, pretty much a bounty hunter in a sense, trading guns, just all types of things. Whatever her boss tells them to do, that's what they do. Revi, like I said earlier, is really foul-mouthed. She doesn't care what, like, she doesn't hold back her tongue no matter what.
We'll just shoot his ass and throw him overboard! Stop it! Damn it! Don't damage the ship!
And she doesn't hold back on ammo either. She'll use all her bullets if necessary. And she doesn't pull back punches. She's a very, again, ruthless killer. And she's the opposite of a damsel in distress, which is why I love Revi. And if you guys haven't watched Black Lagoon, I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. There you go, Revi.
Alright, I'll start with the shit on the left.
Come on.
If this is supposed to be a vampire, then I'm Frankenstein's monster!
Next up on the list is someone that I really don't hear too many people talk about, honestly. And she's a pretty strong female character, and that goes to Ceres Victoria from Hellsing or Hellsing Ultimate. So starting off with Ceres, first thing you guys should know is first episode she dies. Whether you watch Hellsing or Ultimate, she dies, technically. Alucard shoots her because she's being threatened. Before she turned into a vampire, Ceres was a police officer. I believe she was new to her job, and it just so happened that she wrong place, wrong time type of situation, honestly. And when she first discovered she was a vampire, she didn't know what to do. She was fighting her urges for blood, and she didn't really agree with the stuff that was going on. But she did agree to Alucard that she would want another second chance in life, and that she would be pretty much under his wing, and Alucard accepted that. Later on in the series, we see how much she changed. We've seen her tragic backstory, which I'm not going to spoil, and pretty much her transformation from how she was in the first episode to the last episode was incredible. Like, to be completely honest, I didn't expect someone who pretty much was a damsel in distress to become the second bodyguard of Hellsing, the Hellsing organization. And it can be from hunting down zombie demons to Nazis. Sarah's a very well bodyguard and a group to the Hellsing organization. Alucard did a really good job teaching her the ways. So congrats, Sarah, she made it to the list.
If they must be shattered, I will have no other choice but to collect your soul in retribution for their demise.
Alright, and the next one on our list is somebody who actually gave me hope for the females in anime, because when I watched a lot of females in anime, it was usually portrayed as them being the damsel in distress or them just being used as fan service. And to me, that was getting old. I wanted someone to actually fight, you know, represent something, not just be there for fan service. It was getting old. And it's going to be kind of a mixed bag, but that was, for me, that was Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail. Urza, when I first seen her, I loved her because she was the strongest in the guild, and she fought. Like, she wasn't just sitting there crying for the protagonist, and I love that about her. The downside about Urza is where we go back to the fan service part, and she had a bunch of fan service parts in that series, which really did disappoint me. And another thing that disappointed me from Urza was she was being strong just to be strong. There was no development, which also, disappointed me. But although I still do love Urza because she's the strongest in her guild, her magic is unique to where she could transform different armor and weapons, which is really cool for me to see. And to know that the guild really appreciates her, they respect her, I really love that about Urza. And if you guys do want to try out Fairy Tail, I do still recommend it, even though it did slightly disappoint me with fan service and how most of their arcs end. But it's still at least worth a watch, especially for Urza. So give Urza a shot, guys. You might like it.
I will endure to fight for my father's beliefs, for the sake of peace, and for my friends.
Okay, so the female protagonist in this series really changed my perspective on her because she was honestly pretty annoying in the beginning of this series, and then suddenly around the middle towards the end she just had a complete 180, which definitely surprised me, and to an extent she kind of reminded me of Lara Croft. And that's Yona from Yona of the Dawn. Now this is technically a reverse harem, which is weird because I never watched that genre, but it's a pretty good one if you want me to be honest. The plot of it is Yona is a princess. Her father believes in no killing, similar to Vash, and people got irritated with the whole no killing policy, and so one night Yona's father gets assassinated by, no spoilers, sorry. And Yona is now being hunted now that her father's been assassinated, and so Yona pretty much recruits a group of bodyguards and they go on seeking revenge. Again, Yona was pretty annoying in the beginning. She was pretty spoiled if you ask me. Towards the end she began fighting for herself, defending herself, killing people who were after her, which was a complete shocker to me. Yona shines in her development. That's her bright point right there. Her witty dialogue against some of the bodyguards and her development. I think out of all the characters I'll put on this list, I believe she developed the most, and I really appreciate that. And hopefully we could get a second season of Yona of the Dawn because it's a very well-deserved series. It's pretty underappreciated too, if you ask me. So congrats, Yona, you made it to the list as well.
世の中に不満があるなら自分を変えろ。それが嫌なら耳と目を閉じ口をつぐんで孤独に暮らせ。それも嫌なら。
Alright, and the next one on our list is the original badass female protagonist in anime, if you ask me, and that's Major Kusanagi from the Ghost in the Shell series. If you guys don't know anything about Ghost in the Shell, I should tell you guys now, mostly everybody in that series is a cyborg, including our main character, Major Kusanagi. Everything about her is fake except for her brain. Major's job is to hunt down terrorists and hunt down hackers. So that's a pretty big role she has, because everybody there is a cyborg and anybody can be hacked, including Major Kusanagi herself. The thing that's interesting about Major is she has a certain conflict with herself between whether it's best to be human or is it best to be a cyborg. She questions that throughout every single depiction of the Ghost in the Shell series, whether it be the original film, the TV series Standalone Complex, the OVA Ghost in the Shell Arise, and the live action Ghost in the Shell. That's one of the best things about Major, is that we see whether if she prefers to be human or cyborg, because she wants to feel emotion but she can't, and it's kind of heartbreaking to see it sometimes. But that doesn't stop her from being a badass, because she takes her job very seriously. She does not hesitate to shoot, she does not hesitate to kill. She's a very serious character, but around her teammates she does like to joke around every now and then, especially with the one human on her team. So she really loves poking fun at that guy. If you guys haven't seen the Ghost in the Shell series, I definitely recommend that you guys do see it. You can start from any part really. You can start with the original Ghost in the Shell film. You can start with the Standalone Complex TV series. You can start with Ghost in the Shell Arise, or you can even start with the live action series. And yeah, thanks Major Kusanagi. You were an inspiring anime character for many years to come since your debut.
If you want something from others, you have to find something to offer in return. Build your future. Follow your ghost.
Alright, and that's going to do it for the first half of the top 10 females in anime. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more great content, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the second half. See you guys later.